Greg Locke has to be one of the angriest pastors alive. A man that cannot keep his cool in the midst of a debate should not debate.
I don't agree. Turn his mic off. Get out. You're right.
Let's talk about it here on All Things Theology. Cue my theme music.
All things theology, we chop it up properly, without an apology. Gotta give doxology to God, hallowed be, cause this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Yo, grace and peace. Welcome back to an episode of All Things Theology, where this is your host, K-Dub, and today we're going to talk about Mr. Greg Locke, one of the most explosive people out there. Definitely right up there next with Steven Anderson. Maybe I'll give Steven Anderson a top spot, but Greg Locke is second then. Greg Locke recently had a debate, and I was actually shocked to see that he had a debate because I was like, how is this going to go? He's a hothead himself. He had a debate on flat earth. Can you imagine that? That's interesting in and of itself. But in the midst of this debate, man, it was fiery and explosive. What we're going to do, we're going to look at this clip and we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it.
First of all, you say you're okay with us believing flat earth. Then you say that it's end time deception. Then you talk about you don't want to insult people, but then you say things like you make God a liar if you believe flat earth. So I don't see how that we call us clowns.
I didn't say that, Mike.
No, but you said it through this whole thing. So what I'm saying is that the people out here that are getting a little upset with you is because it's the way that you insult people.
That's right.
Let me just say this. This debate had no kind of crowd control. I mean, the crowd was just yelling, cheering at random points. I mean, you know, at a debate, you're supposed to listen, and the crowd is not supposed to be involved like this, like, you know, kind of dictating who's winning and things like that. This isn't a football game, right? The crowd is supposed to listen. But in this debate, I mean, you had people literally yelling points in this debate. It was insane. That's first. Second of all, there should have been a moderator saying, hey, stop. Hey, crowd, keep it under control or you're going to have to leave. This was like a free-for-all madness. And especially with Greg Locke, there may need to be 2 or 3 moderators with his explosive behavior. And the gentleman he was debating, his behavior wasn't much better. We're going to see kind of some of the things he did in this clip. But that was my first, assessment of this debate. But it's going to get worse. Look at that guy.
Absolutely.
Look at this guy standing up. Guys, this is I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll show you when it comes up. But like the crowd starts getting hyped. They start standing up. I mean, this was no. I mean, I don't think anybody could have, a mild-mannered man could have been in here and just been like, this is insane. Yeah, there's so much going on here, but.
I have said for years, you do not have to believe in flat earth, biblical cosmology to be a born-again Christian. I have never made that an issue.
We'll move on to the video tonight when we're done. When you said that we're not biblical Christians if we do not adhere to the
when
flat
you
earth
used to
law.
speak out against tongues and deliverance, you are not a biblical Christian in that area.
And guess what? Tongues is a gift of the Holy Spirit. Flat earth is not a gift of the Holy Spirit.
The crowd is insane.
Quit asking me questions if you don't want me to rebuttal back.
And that's exactly why they need a moderator. He's like, quit interrupting me. He's like, don't ask me questions. This debate was like almost 4 hours long. And I could probably estimate that it probably was 2 hours too long. Just again, look at this. You got this guy standing up. They're ready to see a show. They're trying to get on World Star or something. This is an insane debate. I've been to a lot of debates. This by far was the most explosive as far as, I mean, these guys almost fought. I mean, I'm not joking.
Yeah, I was still speaking, but I've been nice enough to let you jump up and rebuttal. So rebuttal. Then don't ask me a question.
They're like standing toe to toe. I mean, my goodness, where's Daniel Adams when you need him?
Out of her life. Out of her life.
That's the whole point.
this a minute ago where we ask questions and you let me speak and I let you speak. I didn't say
And that's what we're doing.
I didn't say that.
So give your rebuttal.
So I'm all right. First of all, let's say this. And by the way, I'm just going to add this in. You know, when we came this weekend, I was hoping that things would stay sweet and nice between us, but it's not the case.
Well, that's your first mistake. Any debate with Greg Locke is not going to be sweet and nice. Greg Locke cannot control himself. That's why he bloviates about debating, you know, Justin Peters, Chris Rosenbaugh, all these guys. But I don't actually recommend it for Justin Peters then, because who's to tell what he may do to them? You know, he's just that explosive. I don't think he can keep his calm or cool in a debate, and nor should you expect him to. He's childish. He's a very angry man.
It's the Greek word eon, which means ages or time periods.
Why is the crowd cheering?
That verse is deception and error.
Well, then explain the two verses that I used that led into that verse, because they did prove that we are the only habitable planet amongst many.
No. First of all, the word planet does not exist. It's used one time in the King James Version, and that's a mistranslation because the actual...
It's always a mistranslation.
Because the actual Hebrew word...
Calm down.
The actual Hebrew word is mazalah, which means constellations, not planets. And that's a fact. Then you're deceived.
If me being deceived means I believe in the spherical earth, I'm deceived, and you can just go ahead and leave and cancel this debate right now, because you're not going to convince me.
So in the middle of the debate, he gets so mad. You know, they're having an exchange of ideas, I guess, and you know the guy calls him deceived. And Greg Locke's like, hey, well, if I'm deceived, yada, 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 you can leave. So this is what you definitely shouldn't debate. If you do debate Greg Locke, don't do it at his church. One, because he's kind of the, you know, child who, you know, go play basketball. He take his ball and leave kind of thing. You know, that's kind of Greg Locke's MO from what I've seen. And so he threatens, he tells this guy pretty much like, if you're going to keep saying that, you need to leave. Leave my church, right? Who does that in the middle of a debate with exchanging points? You knew he held to that prior to him coming, right? I mean, you should have known. Maybe you didn't study his position, but you should have known he held to flat earth. I mean, y'all are here debating that. Of course he thinks you're deceived.
What the Bible clearly says, the earth is not flat, 1,000%. And if I got people in our church...
Oh, and by the way, I'm not a flat earther. Just let that get... My assessment of this is actually not even about the topic, but it's about Greg Locke's just explosive behavior.
The thing is, that's great. I love you, but if you want to go to his little service in the morning, then go to his service in the morning. It's not going to bother me one bit. The earth is not flat. So
I don't know if you heard that part, but he even threatens his members. Hey, if you're flat earth, if my members are flat earth, go to his church. He's kicking everybody out, you know?
It was disproven 2,500 years ago. You can't show me one verse in the Bible that proves that the earth is flat. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. We're not going to get anywhere else, because here's the problem. You use 2 hours of PowerPoint presentation and your people are quiet. I use 1 hour and 15 minutes of the Bible and they get mad and start throwing neighbors and tables at me.
There's the let me just say this. I'm walking out now. But I want to say this.
So the guy's like, hey, I'm about to leave, you know, which is wise, but how he leaves is actually, I don't respect. And I don't even respect Greg Locke kind of kicking him out, but watch this.
Oh, listen, man, your folks are standing up yelling, go, get out. Okay, you know what? That's fine with me. Here's the deal.
I don't know if you heard that from the crowd. Somebody in the crowd said, don't be threatened to leave if you're not going to leave. I love that.
He gave you the scripture. He gave you his version.
It's always somebody else's version.
Hold on. You came up with your scriptures and gave your interpretation of them. I gave mine.
I gave you the Bible.
I gave you the Bible. I gave more Bible than you did, for a fact.
I'll keep my mouth shut and you tell me how wrong I was about your misapplication of the marine statement in John chapter 38.
First of all,
is it sunrise or not?
No, not at all. I don't agree.
Turn his mic off. Get out.
So he asked him a question. The guy's like, no, I don't agree. He says, turn his mic off. Get out. So he's kicking him out over the disagreement over there. But this debate was far too long. But he's kicking him out over not agreeing with him. Now, the guy responds childishly, which none of these men seem qualified to be elders. But watch what happens. So he throws the mic at him. I think he actually catches it, but it was I thought that was kind of childish, you know. And Greg Locke on the way out says, "You're a Bible denier."
You're a Bible denier. You're a Bible denier.
Look at this guy here. He's got SWAT military bulletproof vests walking up to the stage right now.
That is ridiculous. Bible denier.
Look at this.
Just get out.
Oh man, what an event! I do not recommend anyone debating Greg Locke because I don't think it will be safe for you. He does not keep his cool, and you know how it is when you deal with a mob mentality like that, where the crowd's just cheering anything this man says. I personally think you should be quiet in debates and listen, and not be swayed by crowd opinion. Who knows what could happen in an environment like that? But I do want to make some application. Of course, you know we got to get Bible, right? 2 Timothy chapter 2, because I believe that Greg Locke is unqualified to be a pastor. He should not be a preacher. And here are a couple verses demonstrating that. 2 Timothy chapter 2, 24 through 25, it states, "And the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone." Ask yourself, was he kind to that man? Able to teach, patiently enduring evil. So, you know, when, hey, people speak negatively about you, even slanderous, hey, you're supposed to be patiently endure it. Correcting his opponents with gentleness. Now, did we see gentleness by Greg Locke? No, he was bloviating, just anger, all that. You know, and the verse goes on there, but let's read Titus chapter 1, verses 7 through 9. Look what it says about a pastor, an overseer, or elder. It says, "As God's stewards must be above reproach. He must not be arrogant or quick-tempered." Now, if there is anything Greg Locke is, he is quick-tempered, right? Going on with the verse, "He must hold firm to the trustworthy word as taught, so that he may be able to give instruction to sound doctrine and also rebuke those who contradict it." Well, even going up in verse 8 talks about being self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. I mean, there are many qualifications of an elder that Greg Locke absolutely is disqualified on because he does not possess those attributes. Matter of fact, he contradicts those. And so I thought I wanted to do this to show, man, there are a lot of people that like Greg Locke's, his boldness and firmness, but it's actually, you know, I would argue the opposite. You know, he is an explosive, angry man. The Bible does tell us to be angry, but do not sin. I would argue he is angry and sins a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till the next time, grace and peace. Yo, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go on and give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I promise to give you weekly lives, videos, interactions, exposing false teachers, sharing with you, the viewer, my theological beliefs, things about the culture, and the Bible. So if you're here for that, come on and join us. Also, if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member or a YouTube member. Links are in the description below. You can see content before it drops. You can also have Q&A sessions with also other Patreon members, YouTube members as well. So if you would like that, hit the description link in below.